In this video, I want to show you how to make the Pear cam in Onshape. In Onshape, be sure that you have created a new Part Studio file. Once you are in your new file, remember we are going to use the same variables that we have used in the other cams or for the other cams. We have DIA set to 1 inch and hole set to 0.26. We're going to begin by sketching on the front plane. Next, I will turn off the top, the front, and the right side planes. And I'm going to just click on the front face of the view cube. I'm going to begin by drawing a circle, and I'm going to start this circle at the origin. I'm going to place this circle. Next, I will go to dimension, and then put a dimension on this circle. And I'm going to call this DIA divided by 2. Let me back up. I need to choose hashtag or number sign DIA divided by 2. I'm going to press enter. It's going to make this pretty small. This will end up being a small cam because the drawing asks for radius number. So as you see here, the bottom half of this cam, of this Pear cam, is a radius dimension, and it is diameter divided by 2. So it's really a 1 inch diameter circle at the bottom. So it's going to be pretty small. But with all the variables, you can change your variable and make it bigger later when you start putting your automata together and you think you may need the Pear cam to be bigger. You can easily go in, change your variables, and then the Pear cam will adjust itself. Back in Onshape, we're going to go back to circle, and we're going to place another circle just above this one, right about here, and we will place it. It's going to be a little smaller, and we will place a dimension on the top half of this circle. It says on the drawing that it is DIA divided by 4, and so it's 0.25 in diameter. Next, we're going to place a dimension between these two, and it will be a dimension from this point to the origin or the center point of the first circle that I drew. It tells us on the drawing that it is, and you will need to refer to the drawing to see this, but it is DIA divided by 2. So it is a half an inch. Next, we need to go to line, and we're going to just draw several lines. One line off to the side on the left side, and then a second line on the right side. We're going to use our constraints. Before I do the next step, I do want to hit this drop-down option. I'm going to use the vertical constraint and place a vertical constraint between the center point of this circle and the origin, or the center point of this larger one. That way they are locked in together. Going back to constraints, I'm going to hit the drop down option, and I'm going to choose tangent, and then I want this line to be tangent to this circle, and I want this line to be tangent to this bottom circle. Same thing with this top. I want this top line, or this line, to be tangent with this circle, and then I want this to be tangent with the bottom. Next, what we need to do is just kind of begin cleaning this up. I'm going to go to trim, and I'm going to trim out the excess parts of the line. Next, I need to just trim off the bottom half of these circles. Finally, we need to put the square hole through the bottom part of this cam. So we will go to Inscribe Polygon. We will start at the origin and just draw up, or place it to the upper part here. And then I will drop this down so that it is just 4 sides. I'm going to place a dimension on this circle, and I'm going to make this hole for the variable hole. So our number sign hole, hashtag hole, and it'll be a size or diameter of 0.26. I'm going to press enter. You'll notice again, because our cam is very big, or at least the radiuses are half the diameter, it's going to make this a lot smaller. So again, this will need to be bigger probably when you go to put your automata together. But I'm going to finish this sketch. I'm going to go to the isometric view, and then I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to choose what I want to extrude, and it will be this shaded, gold shaded area here. And then I will make my depth 0.25. I'm going to press enter, and I will hit the check mark. Next, I'm going to turn off the origin. Next, I want to rename this Part Studio 1. So I will right click and choose rename, and I'm going to call this Pear Cam. I'm going to highlight that before I close out of that and hit Control C. Next, I want to go to Part 1 here and rename it. Right click, rename. Here I will just hit Control V. Next, I will right click and choose Assign Material. In a drop down option next to None, I will scroll down and find PLA and hit the check mark. Finally, I will right click and choose Edit Appearance, and I'm going to choose a green color for this Pear Cam and hit the check mark. So that is how you create the Pear Cam in Onshape.